The Babe led the Bombers to their first World Championship in 1923.
Strike three, a no-hitter, a perfect game for John Morrison.
Reggie Jackson hit his third home run of the game.
Hayes makes the catch. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
The Yankees had done it before, winning 4 straight World Series titles from 1936 to 1939. But to repeat the feat in 1952, the Bombers would have to do it without the Yankee Clipper. Joe DiMaggio retired following the 1951 season, feeling he could no longer play at the level that he demanded. Into the breach stepped Mickey Mantle, a 20-year-old prodigy from Oklahoma who appeared in 96 games in 1951, getting his feet wet in the big leagues. In '52, Mantle fulfilled his destiny as DiMaggio's successor in center field. That year, Mantle hit .311 with 23 home runs and 87 RBIs, and surrounded in the Yankees lineup by future Hall of Famers Phil Rizzuto and Yogi Berra, he led the Yankees to a 95-59 record, good for a 2-game cushion over the Indians in the AL pennant race.
Yogi Berra led the Yankees' offense in runs, homers, and RBI. Yogi's total of 30 home runs was a new single-season record for a major league catcher.
On the mound that year, manager Casey Stengel turned to his old reliables, Vic Raschi, Allie Reynolds, Ed Lopat, and Johnny Sain. Reynolds led all hurdlers with 20 wins, and Sain had a combined 18 wins and saves as a starter and reliever.
Allie Reynolds also recorded an AL Best 6 shutouts and 160 strikeouts, and he led all of Major League Baseball with a 2.06 ERA. The Yankees pitching staff as a whole topped the American League with a 3.14 earned run average.
1952 was another classic in that Yankees-Dodgers rivalry, a 7-game series.
The 4th time that the Dodgers and the Yankees had squared off in the Fall Classic.
Of the 5 consecutive World Series championships that the Yankees won between 1949 through 1953, the only one of those World Series that went the limit, 7 games, was the one in 1952.
In Game 1, Brooklyn manager Charlie Dressen surprised people by starting his relief ace, Joe Black, who had only started 1 game during the 1952 regular season.
In Game 1, Brooklyn rookie pitcher Joe Black fired a 6-hitter, allowing only 2 runs in a 4-2 Brooklyn win.
Irv Noren looks at a 3rd strike to end the game. Noren is Black's 6th strikeout victim, and the Dodgers are victorious 4-2, and Joe Black is Mr. Brooklyn in the eyes of thousands of fans. Black was ably backed by teammates Robinson, Snyder, and Reese, who all connected for home runs.
The Yankees' even matters in Game 2 as Raschi pitched a 3-hitter and Billy Martin homered and drove in 4 runs.
Young Billy Martin ties into the first pitch for a home run into the left field stand. It scores Collins and McDougal ahead of him. And the inning produces 5 Yankee runs on 4 hits and 1 Dodger error.
Mickey Mantle added 3 hits as the Yankees knotted the series at 1.
Now the series moves to Manhattan and Yankee Stadium. 2 left-handers oppose each other today. Ed Lopat for the Yankees, while battle-wise, Preacher Rowe loosens up for Charlie Dressen's Dodgers. Robinson and Campanella both single to open the Dodger 8th. And on Pafko's fly to Woodling, Robinson scores from 3rd to give Brooklyn a 3-1 edge. In their half of the 8th, the Yanks make it 3-2 with Barrow's home run into the right field stand. Then with 2 out and Pafko at bat, both Reese and Robinson score on a pass ball. And Brooklyn's cool, crafty left-hander, Preacher Rowe, walks from the mound with a victory that gives the Dodgers an important 2-1 advantage in the series.
But back came the Yankees in Game 4, as Johnny Mize's 4th inning home run off of Black was the only run Reynolds would need in a 2-0 victory.
But big John Mize wraps one into the right field stands for a home run to put the Yanks ahead 1-0. And the series goes into a 2-2 tie. Ice-blooded Allie Reynolds wrapped this one up, allowing only 4 hits. His masterful pitching brought the Yankees a 2-0 shutout victory.
The series was very back and forth, and one of the most thrilling games of all time took place in Game 5 at Yankee Stadium.
The series stood even at 2 games apiece, and what was thought to be the pivotal game was Game 5, which the Dodgers actually won in extra innings. The Yankees had come from behind. They were down 4-0 at one point. Johnny Mize hit a big 3-run homer that brought them back into the game. But Duke Snider tied the score with an RBI single in the 7th inning and went into extra innings, and the Duke got another RBI hit to give the Dodgers the lead in the top of the 11th. The Yankees came very close to tying the score when Mize again, he had homered earlier, and he had 3 home runs in that World Series, hit a towering drive to right field. But Carl Furillo, who was a late-inning defensive replacement in that game, made a leaping catch at the fence to rob Mize of a home run.
They're up. He looks at a called third strike that ends the ball game. It's the Dodgers 6 and Yankees 5 as Brooklyn pulls ahead again, 3-2. Erskine is mobbed as he leaves the field. The proud winner of a game in which he pitched baseball that was among the gems of series history.
Games 6 and 7 took place back at Brooklyn's Ebbets Field and were probably the 2 most exciting games of the World Series. In Game 6, Mickey Mantle launched his first World Series home run in the 8th inning of that game, a 2-run shot to give the Yankees a 3-2 advantage over the Dodgers, which evened the series at 3 games apiece.
Another home run into the lower left center field stand. It's a drive that travels a terrific distance, especially for a left-handed hitter. Allie Reynolds comes in for Rashi. When Cox is thrown out by McDougal to end the Dodger ninth, the 3-2 Yankee victory forces the Diamond Classic to the full string of 7 games as the Yankees come from behind again to tie up the series.
Then in Game 7, tied at 2, Mantle hit a home run in the 6th.
He swings and clouts a home run over the right field wall into Bedford Avenue to send the Yanks into a 3-2 lead in this seesaw battle for the championship of the world.
And then in the following inning, singled home Gil McDougal to put the Yankees up 4-2.
And again he hits. It's a single to left, scoring McDougal with an all-important insurance run.
Stengel turned to his veteran pitchers in Game 7, and Ed Lopat, Allie Reynolds, and Vic Rashi all turned to yeoman's work as a tired Yankee staff pushed toward the finish line.
Yankees pitcher Vic Rashi loaded the bases with only 1 out in the 7th inning, and Casey Stengel went to his bullpen to bring in left-handed reliever Bob Cazava. Cazava retired Dodgers center fielder Duke Snider on a pop-up.
Jackie Robinson followed. He too hit a pop-up, but this one was between the mound and first base.
First baseman Joe Collins lost the ball in the sun. Second baseman Billy Martin could see the glare of the sunlight off of Joe Collins' sunglasses and knew that Collins wouldn't be able to come in to make the catch.
And here came Billy racing in to save the day all the way from second base, catching the ball at his shoestrings.
While the runners are circling the bases because this was a 3-2 pitch, it is possible that had he not made the catch, the Dodgers would have scored 2 runs and would have gone ahead.
It was the kind of a play that you could go years without ever seeing again.
Cazava did not allow a hit in the 8th or 9th inning, wrapping up the title for the Yankees, which was their 4th straight World Series championship. It was the 15th title overall for the Bombers.
Allie Reynolds recorded the Game 7 victory, picking up his 6th career World Series win. Mantle, Woodling, and Mize combined for 2 home runs and 4 RBI.
This would be the Yankees' 4th World Championship in a row, which would equal the greatest accomplishment any team had ever had, the 1936-39 Yankees.
The Yankees had 10 home runs in this series, including the first 2 of Mickey Mantle's World Series career. He would set the all-time record with 18 World Series homers before he was done.
Johnny Mize hit home runs in 3 consecutive games in this World Series. Mize came to be the poster boy for the late-season pickup that the Yankees invariably seemed to make, bringing an old veteran aboard to help them with their pennant run. And Mize was just one of the great players, participated in all 5 World Championships that the Yankees won between 49 and 53.
And it was due to the pitching of Rashi and Reynolds, who each won 2 games apiece in that World Series.
Rashi and Reynolds also posted ERAs under 2 to help lead the Yankees pitching staff to a combined 2.81 earned run average and yet another Fall Classic title. While Casey Stengel's Yankees had tied the record of 4 straight championships set by Joe McCarthy's squad in the late 1930s, they would look to make history the following season in 1953.